Officially known as the Land of Beginnings, Dare County, North Carolina has become home to many firsts over the course of the past several centuries. Virginia Dare, the county's namesake, became the first English child to be born in America when she was welcomed to the world on Roanoke Island in August 1587. In December 1903, Dare County became forever famous for being first in flight when the Wright brothers achieved the first successful powered flight from high atop a sand dune in Kitty Hawk. Cape Hatteras National Seashore, the nation's first national seashore, was established in 1937 to preserve a significant stretch of the pristine Barrier Island beaches. And in 1986, Dare County made history once again when the Land of Beginnings became the site of the very first microbrewery in the state of North Carolina, the Weeping Radish Brewery, which was established by a Bavarian trailblazer by the name of Uli Benowitz.
Every single one of us owes it to Uli, because he's the one who started it all, and he made it easy for the rest of us. It was something no one had ever done. Brew beer and sell it from the same location. Never happened in the state of North Carolina.
He was the perfect guy at the perfect time. The fact that he did it way ahead of the curve in a very Bavarian village kind of way, absolutely outstanding. Perfect for the Outer Banks.
It's cool how it's grown, but I think the seed in the earth is old Uli over there at Weeping Radish.
The beginning, the Land of Beginning, here we go. This is the beginning of microbrewing, and isn't that what we still have on our license plate? I came to America in 1980, came from Germany. In 1985, my brother called me one day and said, a friend of mine has a brewery, I can sell it to you cheap, and you can make real beer in America. I actually got up with Eddie Green from the Christmas shop. I met with ABC in Raleigh, and they were very nice and listened to what we wanted to do down here. And they said, wow, this is a great idea, never heard of it, but we hate to tell you this, but it's illegal. Before I left the commission with a very sad face, the chairman of the commission said, why don't you go ahead and change the law, and we'll help you do it. At that time, Manteo was well represented politically in Raleigh. We had Mark Basnight in his first years in the Senate. Mark said, whatever, if you want to do it, we'll get it through. In less than 6 months, we had a bill allowing brew pubs to come to the state of North Carolina, which was a fabulous process. On July 4th, '86 is when it all happened. Now everybody knows microbrewed beer, it's no big deal.
Thanks to his efforts to break down the legislative barrier that blocked a craft beer industry from beginning on the Outer Banks, Benowitz not only paved the way for his own successful business, he ultimately made it possible for several other entrepreneurs to follow in his footsteps and build the craft brewing industry that is booming both in Dare County and throughout the entire Tar Heel state today.
And now it's just, it just keeps on growing, keeps on booming. And never would have happened if it wasn't for Uli. He really paved the way.
Weeping Radish was #1 in 1986 in North Carolina. We opened up in 2001, 15 years later, and we were 17, you know? So you got about one a year. And now it's 300 something. I stopped counting at 250.
In 2011, I told my wife that I wanted to brew beer for the restaurant. We couldn't keep up. So we decided that we would ask Uli over at the Weeping Radish for some help. And he was incredibly generous to us. He was incredibly nice. He allowed an up-and-coming brewery to come on in and rent space and start brewing beer from him. Now we've had 2 breweries that have started in Manteo.
Despite the rapid growth of Dare County's craft beer industry and the establishment of several new breweries over the past few years, the sense of camaraderie that exists among their founders far outweighs any rivalries among those who are operating within the local craft brewing community.
It's a very welcoming community. We're all in it for the same reasons. We all have the same interests. It's just kind of natural. We all kind of flock together and help each other out. It's not a competition.
That whole thing about competition doesn't really exist here. Everybody here is so busy living, they're not really worried about trying to snatch up your customers. Really, no one's stepping on anybody's toes.
We went from 80 gallons beer at our original location to 1,000-gallon batches here, and we just distribute Dare County. We're busy enough as it is. We're 150 taps up and down the Outer Banks, plus the grocery store, so we're happy. We do have a tasting room over on the Nags Head Causeway. You can go through, taste all our beers in there.
The Outer Banks Brewing Station ends up being truly unique because of our wind turbine. We derive about 8 to 10% of our overall electrical needs from our wind turbine.
The brewery is a melting pot, and it's kind of a center point, a little meeting place. From day one, we've made it an objective to make people feel welcome here, and what better way to do that than to give back. Well, we work with the SPCA weekly. We're doing it's all Mondays. A portion of beer sales is going towards them. And then we've joined 1% for the planet. Basically 1% of our total sales go towards Outer Banks Forever, which works with the national parks in the area.
Local beer has become the thing. So we need to appreciate how the change has evolved. It did start right here. We put it on the map in North Carolina. That's the real beginning of it.